Hey guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. So it is technically the 29th, but for my Wednesday video, I wanted to do a quick flip through with y'all of my planner. So that's what I'm gonna do. To be honest, April was not a good planning month for me, to be fully transparent, I guess. I just, life was lifing. So a lot of the stuff like the year in pictures is not updated. This is not updated for sure. Yeah, see, I haven't even filled that in yet. And then the monthly, you'll be very disappointed, is basically empty. I didn't keep up with what I posted on YouTube. I'll probably go back in and backfill maybe a few things. I did want to talk about my goals though, because I actually met quite a few of them. So my begin resistance training, I did exactly one resistance training workout. So technically I did it, but I'll be honest, not really. Although if you can tell, my hands are kind of shaky, especially my left one, because while I haven't been doing resistance training, I have been weed whacking the yard. I did it last Tuesday and then today. So my arms are, I feel like I was at the gym. Anyway, meal prep, I actually did. I've meal prepped the last 2 weeks. Actually, no, 3. The last 3 weeks, actually. So that I would say is a success. 10K steps 10 times. I actually, I did it. I have hit 10,000 steps 12 times this month. So that was a win. Doing Devo every day, I think I missed one day again, so I didn't make that one. Read one book. I should be finishing my one book tomorrow. I'm gonna push for it. And then go on one walk with KB, who is my husband. So, funny story, me and Kelvin had started a 5K run program on the Nike Run Club or whatever. And so we actually have gone on several walks and runs. So I would count that as a win. So the only ones that I didn't really truly do is the Devo every day and then probably begin resistance training. But if I'm being honest, that one probably won't carry over into next month just because it's getting into the summer and gardening and, outside work. And so I'm just not. Anyway, so this is the monthly. We did have Easter here, but other than that, I worked extra. I worked a lot. I actually wound up picking up a game on the 25th here as well. Yeah, this was actually a busy month, even though it doesn't look like it. It was absolutely a busy month. So yeah, that was the monthly. So moving on, this is February. This is April. Perfect. So the beginning of April, and I can't remember if I did a video on this, but the beginning of April, I had just kind of like a coffee theme. I had gotten a new sticker book off of not Temu, but AliExpress, and it was coffee themed. And then I also got a sticker sheet with washi tape stickers, and so I wanted to use those, and so I did. I really actually like the way this turned out. And I even just drew my own little TVs and stuff because I got into watching. So this week I watched A Devil in the Family, I think is what it's called. And it was it was about Ruby Frankie, who was a family vlogger, and it was really big, I think, last year. But she wound up like going from being this role model mom to not a so good mom. So that was a very interesting thing because it showed like the progression from family vlogging into well, honestly, where she ended up, which was jail, and rightfully so. Anyway, moving on. So I actually really like this. This week, I actually mixed up some of my fonts and everything, and my colors. I had two colors in my pen that I used. I believe it was the Robert Oster Coffee Monster, and then my favorite, Autumn and Auburn by Ferris Wheel Press. And I loved how this turned out. I even liked, like, I turned this me time to the side, and stuff like that. This was also the week that we realized our lawnmower didn't work. And just so you know, we're still waiting to get that lawnmower back. It's been in the shop for going on 3 weeks now. But anyway, so, oh, and we started watching The Pit. Oh my gosh, such a great show. Anyway, so I really liked how this turned out. And then we got into this week, so the second week of April, and I wanted to just basically throw up color all over, and I feel like I succeeded. I actually really like how this turned out. This makes me really happy, even though there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason. Yeah, it was just, it was great. Like, I got to use some old stickers that I've been hanging on to. This week was also the week that my very first Van Ness order came in. So I ordered samples. I did do a video where I swatched out the samples and stuff like that, but I decided I wanted to swatch them here. And I really liked it. And then what else? We had a day in OKC, where we went to my favorite store in OKC, which is Chirps and Cheers, and just kind of had kind of a OKC day. What else? Oh gosh, we were on hold for so long this day with our insurance. It was awful. It was just awful. I think we were on hold for like 6 whole hours. I did really good, like, working out this week. I was pretty proud of that. And then I covered 2 games this week. But yeah, overall, I really liked, this spread. Oh, and then also my dog Ethel, who has all of the allergies, her food came in. So I was pretty stoked about that. The next week I also liked quite a bit. It was Easter week. And I really liked how this turned out with the blues and the pinks and the purples. And of course I made green work as well. But I really enjoyed this layout. It's pretty, in my mind, it's relatively simple, but I liked it. And this week, my goal down here was to kind of track what I was eating. Not necessarily to go on a diet, but just to track, you know, when you have to track something, you tend to be a little bit better about it. And for the most part, I was. And I enjoyed it. I also incorporated some of my new inks. So this is a Pilot Iroshizuku ink. This is KWZ Old Gold. And then this one, I can't remember. I think it was Violet Anthol. And then this is Van Diemen's Hummingbird Wing. And then Pinonio Piora. So all very pretty inks, and I really liked how I could incorporate so many inks into this one spread, and it looked really good. I was pretty happy with it, not gonna lie. I did make it. I did a whole week of not eating out, and so I was pretty stoked. This next week, this was last week's. So I actually used a kit, and it was the kit that matches my monthly for this month. Wow, where's it at? There's been a lot of more weeks than I thought there had been. So, it matched, it's from this kit. So I used this kit on the monthly, and then I brought it over here, and I used the leftover bits to do this week, and I really liked it. I enjoy the colors of this kit. I know when I was making my monthly with it, I was like, I didn't like it quite as much, but let me tell you, putting this colorful lattice washi tape on, really did well, like, because it allowed me to bring in some extra color, and then, yeah, I really enjoyed this week. This was a bit of a stressful week-ish, if you will. But it was still, I liked how the layout went anyway. This was the one week, because this was last week, where I actually did all of my planning in 2 settings. So I did the first bit of setup, but then, like, as far as putting in what I did Monday through Sunday, I actually did all of that, I think, sitting down on Friday or Saturday. Probably Saturday. Yeah. Because it was such a busy and just, honestly, it was a bit of a rough week. So, yeah. Yeah, nothing crazy this Monday, but then on Tuesday, me and Kelvin, we had to do some stuff in OKC, so I took the day, we spent the day in OKC. It wasn't the day that we had planned, because we didn't get what we went to OKC for done, but it was still a great, it was a great day overall, truly. Yeah, I started a new book this week. I also found a new obsession called Thrifty Talk. It is addicting to see all these tips and tricks on how to be thrifty and, like, save some money, because I am very cheap. I know where every single clearance aisle in any store that I go to is usually. So that's pretty cool. Wednesday was just kind of like a moment, because I took my car in to get some work done, mainly to get the strip that's on the top fixed, and they got it fixed. They called me out, and I was like, let me just check. And I looked, and the tech had cracked my windshield while they were putting the strip on, so that was kind of stressful, but luckily I caught it before I left the bay. And so they were like, oh my gosh, okay, we're going to order you a new windshield, which was very convenient, because while they did chip that upper right corner, this day, on Tuesday, actually, me and Kel were driving down the road back home, and we got a tiny rock chip, like, completely opposite side of where the technician chipped it. So I know that, like, there's no way that chip was there before, and then also it was, like, right under the, like, right butted up against the thing that they had to replace the strip. So I know it was the tech, but, like, on the other side of my windshield, I had a rock chip that I had gotten the day before. So that was actually a blessing in disguise, because I get a new windshield. And then I just kind of relaxed and watched YouTube and hung out. This week was just kind of a bit of a stressor, because, was it this week or, okay, it was the week before. But, like, we're still dealing with, basically my job getting cut and everything. So it was nice to kind of have a day off and relatively easy week until the end of the week where I covered games. But I was supposed to cover 3 games, but then it wound up getting rained out on this day. And so I just covered 2. One our Thursday tennis matches and then 2 baseball games on Friday. Saturday, it rained all day, so me and my husband just stayed in the house and hung out with our dogs. It was fantastic. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. And then Sunday we went to church and we did chores. It was pretty nice. I did not utilize this space down here like I have in the past. Just because honestly I wasn't planning day by day. And then this is just a sneak peek of what this upcoming week's plan with me is gonna look like. It's just kind of a homestead. I picked a booklet, let me see, right here, this booklet right here, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this to decorate this. And then of course pick, you know, different markers and stuff to go with. But so far it's really cute. I didn't put my highlights here. I'm actually playing with the idea of just writing a small little blurb for what happened that day, but I haven't decided yet. But anyway, yeah, so this is kind of the month of April. And then, let's see. Oh, and this is how the journaling pages for the month of April are. So, I didn't fill this out yet because it's technically one day before we end. This was supposed to be the ink of the month. I love Autumn and Auburn. It's phenomenal. But I didn't keep it inked up because I got some new inks from Vanness that I wanted to do. I haven't really kept up with my weight. I think I'm still in the 138 range. It's fine. And then, yeah, this is just kind of what all of my days look like. And my journal pages. So, and then my mom sent me a card, me and my husband, a card. And yeah, honestly, like I said, there's not a whole lot. And I did pre-decorate pages, so I'm just, you know, doing that. Yeah, it was not a good, not a good journal month just because it was so hectic and so much going on. But I'm hopeful that next month I will do a lot better in my journaling and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that was just a quick flip through of what this month in my planner looked like. Not as robust and fantastic as other months have been for me, but I'm still really liking this planner. My planning system so far is working out okay. I will say next year, I'm thinking I'm going to consolidate pretty much everything into just a full year comment planner instead of having a compact comment planner, and see how that works for me. Because I'm really thinking, unless I just have more bad months, I'm gonna run out of pages here and I'm gonna be big sad. So yeah, we will see, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. It is for free for you and priceless to me. And also, if you want to see more on Sterling ink planners, fountain pens, stationery, anything like that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!